Number 11. Vertigo. 1958. PG. 128 minutes. Mystery, romance, thriller. Vertigo is a 1958 American film noir mental mystery film directed and produced with the aid of Alfred Hitchcock. The story became based on the 1954 novel Dans les Morts, From Many of the Useless, by way of Boileau Narcejac. The screenplay was written with the aid of Alec Koppel and Samuel A. Taylor. The film stars James Stewart as former police detective John Scotty Ferguson, who has retired due to the fact an incident in the line of duty has prompted him to develop acrophobia, an extreme fear of heights, and vertigo, a false experience of rotational motion. Scotty is hired by means of an acquaintance, Gavin Elster, as a non-public investigator to observe Gavin's wife Madeline, Kim Novak, who's behaving unusually. The movie turned into shot on location in the town of San Francisco, California, in addition to in Challenge San Juan Bautista, Huge Basin Redwood State Park, Cypress Factor on 17 Mile Pressure, and Paramount Studios in Hollywood. It is the first film to use the dolly zoom, an indigicam effect that distorts angle to create disorientation, to deliver Scotty's acrophobia. As a result of its use in this movie, the effect is often referred to as the vertigo impact. Director, Alfred Hitchcock. Stars, James Stewart, Kim Novak, Barbara Bell Geddes, Tom Helmore. Votes, 399,646. Gross, $3.20 million. Actors, 5 stars. Direction, 5 stars. Screenplay, 5 stars. Oscars, 0. Oscar nominations, 2.
Number 10. Lawrence of Arabia. 1962. Approved. 218 minutes. Adventure, biography, drama. Lawrence of Arabia is a 1962 British epic historic drama movie primarily based at the life of T.E. Lawrence and his 1926 ebook 7 Pillars of Knowledge. It turned into directed by using David Lean and produced by way of Sam Spiegel via his British company Horizon Picks and dispersed with the aid of Columbia Snapshots. The film stars Peter O'Toole as Lawrence with Alec Guinness gambling Prince Faisal. The movie additionally stars Jack Hawkins, Anthony Quinn, Omar Sharif, Anthony Quayle, Claude Rains, and Arthur Kennedy. The screenplay became written by Robert Bolt and Michael Wilson. The movie depicts Lawrence's reports in the Ottoman provinces of Hijaz and More Syria all through the primary world battle, mainly his assaults on Aqaba and Damascus and his involvement inside the Arab National Council. Its subject matters consist of Lawrence's emotional struggles with the violence inherent in war, his identity and his divided allegiance among his native Britain with its army and his new discovered comrades within the Arabian wilderness tribes. Director, David Lean. Stars, Peter O'Toole, Alec Guinness, Anthony Quinn, Jack Hawkins. Votes, 292,068. Gross, $44.82 million. Actors, 5 stars. Direction, 5 stars. Screenplay, 5 stars. Oscars, 7. Oscar nominations, 10.
Number 9. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. 1975. 133 minutes. Drama. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is a 1975 American mental comedy drama film, directed via Milos Forman, primarily based at the 1962 novel of the same call through Ken Kesey. The film stars Jack Nicholson as Randall McMurphy, a brand new affected person at a mental organization, and functions a supporting cast of Louise Fletcher, Will Sampson, Danny DeVito, Sidney Lumet, William Redfield, in addition to Christopher Lloyd and Brad Dourif of their film debuts. Filming commenced in January 1975 and lasted 3 months, taking place on location in Salem, Oregon, and the encompassing area, in addition to Depoe Bay at the North Oregon coast. The manufacturers determined to shoot the film within the Oregon Nation Hospital, an actual mental clinic, as this became also the placing of the Radical. The health facility still capabilities, as of 2022, though the original homes seen inside the film have been demolished. Director, Milos Forman. Stars, Jack Nicholson, Louise Fletcher, Michael Berryman, Peter Bracco. Votes, 997,549. Gross, $112.00 million. Actors, 5 stars. Direction, 5 stars. Screenplay, 5 stars. Oscars, 5. Oscar nominations, 9.
Number 8. The Wizard of Oz. 1939. PG. 102 minutes. Adventure, family, fantasy. The Wizard of Oz is a 1939 American musical fable film produced by using Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer. An adaptation of L. Frank Baum's 1900 children's myth novel The First-Rate Wizard of Oz. The movie turned into usually directed with the aid of Victor Fleming, who left the production to take over the troubled Long Gone with the Wind, and stars Judy Garland, Frank Morgan, Ray Bolger, Bert Lahr, Jack Haley, Billy Burke, and Margaret Hamilton. Noel Langley, Florence Ryerson, and Edgar Allan Wolfe obtained credit score for the screenplay, but others made uncredited contributions. The music was composed through Harold Arlen and tailored by means of Herbert Stothart, with the lyrics written by means of Edgar Yip Harburg. Characterized by using its use of technicolor, myth storytelling, musical score, and noteworthy characters, The Wizard of Oz was fairly successful upon its unique launch of August 25, 1939. The film became considered a vital achievement and turned into nominated for 6 Academy Awards, which includes Exceptional Picture, winning in classes, Nice Original Song for Over the Rainbow, and Exceptional Unique Score with the aid of Stothart. While the movie turned into sufficiently famous at the Container Office, it failed to make earnings for MGM till the 1949 re-release, Income's Most Effective $3,017,000 on a $2,777,000 finances, no longer including promotional costs, which made it MGM's most pricey production at that point. Directors, Victor Fleming, George Cukor, Mervyn Leroy, Norman Taurog, Richard Thorpe, King Vito. Stars, Judy Garland, Frank Morgan, Ray Bolger, Bert Lahr. Votes, 396,769. Gross, $2.08 million. Actors, 5 stars. Direction, 5 stars. Screenplay, 5 stars. Oscars, 2. Oscar nominations, 6.
Number 7. Gone with the Wind. 1939. Past. 238 minutes. Drama, romance, war. Gone with the Wind is a 1939 American epic historical romance film adapted from the 1936 novel by means of Margaret Mitchell. The movie changed into produced through David O. Selznick of Selznick Global Pix and directed through Victor Fleming. Set inside the American South towards the backdrop of the Yankee Civil War and the Reconstruction era, the film tells the story of Scarlett O'Hara, Vivian Leigh, the strong-willed daughter of a Georgia plantation proprietor, following her romantic pursuit of Ashley Wilkes, Leslie Howard, who's married to his cousin, Melanie Hamilton, Olivia de Havilland, and her next marriage to Rhett Butler, Clark Gable. The movie had a bothered production. The start of filming was not on time for 2 years until January 1939 because of Selznick's willpower to ease Gable for the role of Rhett. The role of Scarlett turned into tough to solid, and 400 unknown women were interviewed for the part. The original screenplay by means of Sidney Howard underwent many revisions by several writers to lessen it to a suitable period. The authentic director, George Cukor, changed into fired rapidly after filming started out, and was replaced by Fleming, who in turn became briefly replaced through Sam Wooden while taking some day without work due to exhaustion. Published production concluded in November 1939, only a month earlier than its launch. Directors, Victor Fleming, George Cukor, Sam Wood. Stars, Clark Gable, Vivian Leigh, Thomas Mitchell, Barbara O'Neill. Votes, 314,131. Gross, $198.68 million. Actors, 5 stars. Direction, 5 stars. Screenplay, 5 stars. Oscars, 8. Oscar nominations, 13.
Number 6. Citizen Kane. 1941. PG. 119 minutes. Drama, mystery. Citizen Kane is a 1941 American drama movie produced by, directed by way of, and starring Orson Welles. He also co-wrote the screenplay with Herman J. Mankiewicz. The photo turned into Welles' first characteristic movie. Citizen Kane is often noted because the finest film ever made. For 50 consecutive years, it stood at number 1 within the British Film Institute's Sight and Sound Decennial Ballot of Critics, and it topped the Yankee Film Institute's 100 Years. 100 Movies listing in 1998, in addition to its 2007 update. The movie changed into nominated for Academy Awards in 9 categories, and it gained for first-class writing, authentic screenplay, with the aid of Mankiewicz and Welles. Citizen Kane is praised for Greg Toland's cinematography, Robert Sensible's editing, Bernard Herrmann's music, and its narrative structure, all of which have been taken into consideration in modern and precedent-setting. The quasi-biographical film examines the existence and legacy of Charles Foster Kane, played through Welles, a composite individual based on American media barons William Randolph Hearst and Joseph Pulitzer, Chicago tycoons Samuel Insull and Harold McCormick, in addition to aspects of the screenwriters' personal lives. Upon its launch, Hearst prohibited the film from being noted in his newspapers. Director, Orson Welles. Stars, Orson Welles, Joseph Cotton, Dorothy Cumming-Orr, Agnes Moorehead. Votes, 439,557. Gross, $1.59 million. Actors, 5 stars. Direction, 5 stars. Screenplay, 5 stars. Oscars, 1. Oscar nominations, 9. Number 5. Casablanca. 1942. PG. 102 minutes. Drama, romance, war. Casablanca is a 1942 American romantic drama film directed by way of Michael Curtiz and starring Humphrey Bogart, Ingrid Bergman, and Paul Henreid. Filmed and set at some stage in world conflict II, It focuses on an American expatriate, Bogart, who should choose among his love for a woman, Bergman, or helping her and her husband, Hen Reed, a Czech resistance chief, escape from the Vichy-managed town of Casablanca to continue his fight towards the Germans. The screenplay is based totally on Anybody Involves Ricks, an unproduced stage play with the aid of Murray Burnett and Joan Allison. The supporting cast functions Claude Rains, Conrad Veidt, Sidney Greenstreet, Peter Lorre, and Dooley Wilson. Warner Brothers. Story editor Irene Diamond satisfied manufacturer Hal B. Wallace to purchase the movie rights to the play in January 1942. Brothers Julius and Philip G. Epstein have been to start with assigned to write the script. However, in spite of studio resistance, they left to work on Frank Capra's Why We Combat collection early in 1942. Howard Koch turned into assigned to the screenplay till the Epsteins again a month later. Predominant photography started out on Might Also 25, 1942, ending on August 3. The film became shot entirely at Warner Brothers Studios in Burbank, California, except one series at Van Nuys Airport in Van Nuys, Los Angeles. Director, Michael Curtiz. Stars, Humphrey Bogart, Ingrid Bergman, Paul Hen Reed, Claude Rains. Votes, 566,998. Gross, $1.02 million. Actors, 5 stars. Direction, 5 stars. Screenplay, 5 stars. Oscars, 3. Oscar nominations, 8.
Number 4. Raging Bull. 1980. 129 minutes. Biography, drama, sport. Raging Bull is a 1980 American biographical sports drama movie directed by using Martin Scorsese, produced by using Robert Chartoff and Irwin Winkler, and adapted with the aid of Paul Schrader and Mardik Martin from Jake LaMotta's 1970 memoir Raging Bull, My Story. The film, dispersed via United Artists, stars Robert De Niro as Jake LaMotta, an Italian-American middleweight boxer whose self-destructive and obsessive rage, jealousy and animalistic urge for food destroyed his relationship along with his wife and own family. Also featured in the film are Joe Pesci as Joey, LaMotta's properly intentioned brother and supervisor who tries to help Jake conflict his internal demons, and Kathy Moriarty as his wife. Nicholas Colasanto, Teresa Saldana, and Frank Vincent all play helping roles inside the film. Scorsese was to start with reluctant to develop the undertaking, though he subsequently got here to narrate to LaMotta's story. Schrader rewrote Martin's first screenplay, and Scorsese and De Niro together made uncredited contributions thereafter. Pesci became an unknown actor prior to the movie, as became Moriarty, who became cautioned for her role with the aid of Pesci. At some point of primary photography, every of the boxing scenes became choreographed for a particular visible style, and De Niro gained about 60 pounds, 27 kilograms, to portray LaMotta in his later submit boxing years. Scorsese became exacting inside the manner of enhancing and mixing the movie, looking forward to it to be his ultimate most important characteristic. Director, Martin Scorsese. Stars, Robert De Niro, Kathy Moriarty, Joe Pesci, Frank Vincent. Votes, 351,706. Gross, $23.38 million. Actors, 5 stars. Direction, 5 stars. Screenplay, 5 stars. Oscars, 2. Oscar nominations, 8.
Number 3. Schindler's List. 1993. 195 minutes. Biography, drama, history. Schindler's List is a 1993 American epic historical drama movie directed and produced through Steven Spielberg and written through Steven Zaillian. It is based totally on the 1982 non-fiction novel Schindler's Ark with the aid of Australian novelist Thomas Keneally. The film follows Oskar Schindler, a German industrialist who stored extra than 1,000 mostly Polish Jewish refugees from the Holocaust by way of employing them in his factories for the duration of World Warfare II. It stars Liam Neeson as Schindler, Ralph Fiennes as SS officer Amon Goth, and Ben Kingsley as Schindler's Jewish accountant Itzhak Stern. Ideas for a film about the Schindlerjuden, Schindler Jews, were proposed as early as 1963. Poldek Pfefferberg, one of the Schindlerjuden, made it his lifestyle's venture to inform Schindler's tale. Spielberg have become involved whilst government Sidney Sheinberg dispatched him an e-book assessment of Schindler's Ark. Usual Pictures offered the rights to the unconventional, but Spielberg, unsure if he turned into prepared to make a film about the Holocaust, tried to bypass the project to several administrators earlier than identifying to direct it. Foremost Images took place in Krakow, Poland, over 72 days in 1993. Spielberg shot in black and white and approached the movie as a documentary. Cinematographer Janusz Kaminski desired to create an experience of timelessness. John Williams composed the score, and violinist Itzhak Perlman accomplished the primary subject. Director, Steven Spielberg. Stars, Liam Neeson, Ralph Fiennes, Ben Kingsley, Caroline Goodall. Votes, 1,338,644. Gross, $96.90 million. Actors, 4. 9 stars. Direction, 5 stars. Screenplay, 5 stars. Oscars, 7. Oscar nominations, 12. Number 2. The Shawshank Redemption. 1994. 142 minutes. Drama. The Shawshank Redemption is a 1994 American drama movie written and directed through Frank Darabont, based totally on the 1982 Stephen King novella Rita Hayworth and Shawshank Redemption. It tells the tale of banker Andy Dufresne, Tim Robbins, who was sentenced to lifestyles in Shawshank Kingdom penal complex for the murders of his spouse and her lover, despite his claims of innocence. Over the following 2 decades, he befriends a fellow prisoner, contraband smuggler Ellis Purple Redding, Morgan Freeman, and will become instrumental in a money laundering operation led through the jail warden Samuel Norton, Bob Gunton. William Sadler, Clancy Brown, Gil Bellows, and James Whitmore seem in helping roles. Darabont bought the film rights to King's Tale in 1987, but development did not start until 5 years later, while he wrote the script over an 8-week length. Weeks after submitting his script to Citadel Rock Entertainment, Darabont secured a $25 million finances to produce The Shawshank Redemption, which started out pre-production in January 1993. At the same time as the film is ready in Maine, Primary Pictures passed off from June to August 1993 almost entirely in Mansfield, Ohio, with the Ohio State Prison serving because the eponymous jail. The mission attracted many stars of the time for the position of Andy, which include Tom Hanks, Tom Cruise, and Kevin Costner. Thomas Newman provided the movie's score. Director, Frank Darabont. Stars, Tim Robbins, Morgan Freeman, Bob Gunton, William Sadler. Votes, 2,640,189. Gross, $28.34 million. Actors, 4. 8 stars. Direction, 5 stars. Screenplay, 4. 9 stars. Oscars, 0. Oscar nominations, 7.
Number 1. The Godfather. 1972. 175 minutes. Crime, drama. The Godfather Don Vito Corleone is the head of the Corleone Mafia circle of relatives in New York. He's on the occasion of his daughter's wedding ceremony. Michael, Vito's youngest son and a decorated WW2 Marine, is also gift at the wedding. Michael appears to be uninterested in being part of the circle of relatives' commercial enterprise. Vito is an effective man, and his type to all folks that deliver him admire, however, is ruthless against those who do no longer. However, when a powerful and treacherous rival desires to promote pills and wishes the Dons have an effect on for the identical, Vito refuses to do it. What follows is a clash between Vito's fading vintage values and the brand new approaches, which may additionally purpose Michael to do the aspect he became most reluctant in doing and salary a mob struggle against all of the other mafia households which can tear the Corleone-owned family apart. Director, Francis Ford Coppola. Stars, Marlon Brando, Al Pacino, James Caan, Diane Keaton. Votes, 1,830,099. Gross, $134.97 million. Actors, 5 stars. Direction, 5 stars. Screenplay, 5 stars. Oscars, 3. Oscar nominations, 11.